Ah, the sun is shining. My Uranus is glistening in the sun. The Alpha Rex is just along the horizon. What a beauty. Wait, what? Hello YouTube, my name is Uidsea, and today we're going to be doing an ark building video. So if you want to see this little beach bungalow with a small little stable big enough to hold a Uranus for some reason, then don't forget to stay tuned and check out this video. Alright guys, so I built the little bungalow similar to this. I think that's what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it. A small little beach shack for my multiplayer server. And I figured, you know what? I really like how this little build turned out. I didn't add any of this extra stuff. I guess I had the actual main building here. But I figured, you know what? Why don't I make a little video showing it? Because why not? I've been watching a lot of people building stuff. SW Chris, Unite the Clans, and a few other ARK YouTubers that do building videos. So I said, why not? Why not? Let's do it. If it works out good and people want to see more, then that is great. And if they do not, well, oh well. Okay, so we're over here on the island at around 21.5 by 75, more or less. And I have the build over there. I'm going to use that as reference for every now and then whenever I decide to, if I forget something. So we're going to go in, and I have all the materials here. Material list will also be down the bottom of in the description. So we're going to start with our Thatch Foundations, and actually that will make me too heavy to move. So we're actually going to start with half of our Thatch Foundations for right now. So what we're gonna start off with is we are going to start off with a 6x5 block, so 30 wide, and I think we can just start. We'll start right about here. Yeah, that look good. Go like that. Yeah, that should be fine. I hope. I don't know. Actually, it might go out here. Let's try it. Let's just try it. We'll see. If it clips into here like I think it's going to. Let's see. I mean, that is only going to be the walkway, so I'm sure that's going to be fine. I don't know, maybe it'll have a little like built-in look. So let's try that. So we have our initial foundation for the main building in a 6x5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh, okay, yeah, so we'll have a problem there. So we're gonna have to redo that. Alright guys, so this is what the foundation is of what we're going to be building. So we have a 6x5 square in the center with 2 little overhang, and then we have a 2x5 over on the left hand side. And then what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be throwing rails everywhere, because I feel that we should just get the railing out of the way. If we get that out of the way, we know what we have to play with, and we don't need to worry. And then we'll do that. I don't exactly remember if we have... Oh, shoot. Nope, that's not good. Our building with snap points is just the teensiest bit finicky, but we'll be okay. Alright, and then we're going to leave that blank. And then we're going back over here. And then we're going like that. And then we're going all the way like that. And actually, before we put these here, we'll put these right here. Oh, right there. There we go. Going to put that there. The walls are going to go right up there, so we don't need to worry about that yet. But now what we're going to do, actually, we're going to put in a bunch of the fence foundations. We're going to need to put fence foundations along this whole line so we can see how it looks. And then we should be okay with fence foundations for the time being. Alright, so next what we're doing is we're going to be doing fence foundations right here. Yes, that was just a little bit tricky. The foundations snap points are just a tiny bit wonky. As you can see, this is all through standard. There is no S+, so this is all completely buildable on PS4, on Xbone, or on any unmodded PC servers. So we're going to be going through here. We're going to be going all through here because later on ramps are going to be going here. And the only way to throw ramps on here to make them stick well is to put fence foundations, at least as far as I know. If there is a way for me to do that without having to put the fence foundations, then I would be more than happy to know of that. But anyways, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have the fence foundations all through there and all through there and down here. And we'll have some more up on the roofs as we go along. But for the time being, this is all that we really need. Alright guys, so we're going to want to start with here. And you got to watch out for the snap points like that. That is definitely something. There you go. As you can see, they kind of lock in there. And so that it's all smooth. Then we'll throw in our walls, which we're going to go here. I went to go check because I was trying to make sure. What I did here was I actually went like this. However, the best way to do that, there you go, as you can see, this is flush. More or less. And then we'll do it back over here and I'll kind of explain that. So if you go here, there are different snap points. I think you can cycle them with Y, and normally you can invert those, and it would look like that with the inverted wall on the inside. However, it also leaves that gigantic gap, and I did not mean to whistle all of them passive. But pretty much what you got to do is you got to pop the second snap point. And actually, when I pop the second snap point like that, I think it's Y. I could be wrong on that. But when I pop the second snap point, it goes much better in there. It's not entirely flush, but it looks much better. And for what we can do with the vanilla building, there's not really too much on that. You could also lay a fence foundation down if you want, and then you could play with that, but I'm not really for that. So we're going to throw 3 wooden window frames on either side. And then of course 2 window frames up here, because that just looks good. At least I think it looks good. Then we're gonna go on here. Window frame, window frame, window frame. And then we technically have the beginning of a base built. And then we're gonna come on over here. And actually, oh, that actually just pops in like that. That's really nice. I was going to say that we're going to make it so that we have the inside showing. We'll throw 2 wood walls there. And then we should throw 2 wood walls here. Or 4. Okay, so 2x4. We should have a 2x4 right there. Alright guys, and then we're going to throw thatch walls up on here. And we want to have the thatch coming out. So make sure that the thatch is on the outside. We're going to be doing 2, or no, not 2, too high. We're going to be doing a 2, and a 3 and then a 2, I should say. Sorry, I'm a little out of it right now. So we have 5 in total, 3 and then 2. And then that's also where we are going to put our thatch door frame, and of course you want that out, so like that. And of course we'll put our secondary wood wall up there. No, not wood, or not thatch, wood. All right, gotta love toolbar maintenance and all that. So also, if you guys are liking this video, of course, don't forget the like button and all that good stuff. That is how we did it. Oh, nope, we did that reverse. I've been wanting to do some of these building videos. I just haven't really gotten a chance to do it. Not to mention, I don't have time to really sit around and make long arc videos, unfortunately. But it's nice to be able to kind of sit down and not have to worry about like grinding out resources and dinos. And I know other builders usually do this much more structured, and much more edited, but I don't know. My videos have always been like me just doing stuff with people and enjoying it, so I figure that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, see that dillo over there trying to get me? I wonder if Icerino can take them out. Alright, and then we're going to also throw thatch sloped roofs on both sides. Gotta make that little transition up into the ceiling, because everything as a box, it's not that great. Which this still is a box to an extent, but it has a bit of sloping, it has a bit of unorthodoxness. I like how it looks. And then for these last two sloped thatch, we'll put them right there. And we'll put it right there. And there we go. That looks pretty. Next, we're going to be throwing a few more fence foundations down. We're going to be needing them on this side, right here. I don't know if you can see too well. We're going to be putting there because pillars are going to go right up and it's going to hold a roof. And these thatch, or not these thatch, these wooden fence foundations, I think I severely estimated how many I'm going to need in the materials list. I also put them on everything over there, and I'm going to try and take a little bit off just to see how it works. Alright, so we're going to throw the pillars on the fence foundation. As you can see how it snaps, because normally if you don't, then you can't really put them on many things. Like, the fence foundations are all here, so they'll snap to it. But normally it's kind of like this, where they just only bounce back and forth. But when you put the fence foundations down, you can snap onto there as well. And then I'm not too sure if I wanted it to be on the left or the right, but we'll see how this looks. And then you're gonna have to put that on there first, and then if you can you? There we go. Okay, so it looks like the pillar is actually holding it up. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we'll do that, and then we'll go grab our other two pillars. All right, now see, this is what I was wondering about, because this one is on the back snap point of the fence foundation, and you can see that it is flush. However, on the other one, you can see that it is not. You can't really see from there, but you can see how that's sticking out. So, if possible, what you want to do is see how there's one, and then there's two. One, two. One, two. And you definitely want to get on that two. And then that way, it'll make it so that it's not actually coming through the roof, and it'll make it look a little bit better. I really wish that Ark would have it so that the pillars would just kind of grow up to these ceilings, but I think that's something that the Ark devs either didn't think about or probably are just never going to think about. Either way, what we're doing next is we are putting on our back roofs. And the roofs are a little finicky as well. Okay. They didn't actually pop through. That's good. Because sometimes when I was building this initially, I had it so that there'd every now and then be a gap in between the roofs, and then sunlight would pop through. And we don't really want that. I guess this would also be a good idea, and a good time, to put the rope ladders, because we put rope ladders here so that we can get up and down off the roof. Which, it also adds kind of like, I don't know, to me it adds like a fishy touch, if that makes sense. Kind of like how this is supposed to be like a little fishing bungalow or a little fishing shack right on the water's edge. Since there isn't decorative netting, at least in any mods that I've seen or in the base game, I feel the rope ladders kind of give that, but it also gives the utility of being able to go up and down your roof or your building, even if it is a bit finicky. But anyways, we're going to be putting the roofs on next, and I'm just going to put them on right now, and then we're going to actually go down to see if any light bleeds through. So, does any light bleed through? Ah, see, like as you can see right there. So, we'll have to take that again. Either that, or what we can do is we'll try and see if no. Okay, so those are stuck points, so we can't really do anything about that. So we'll try and go like this. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. And I mean, I guess that's what the video and creating in a game like this is all about, right? Is more about exploration of concepts. Okay, so those all don't bleed or don't have any gaps. Does that? Aha! Okay, so we figured it out. Alright, no gaps. No gaps, no light shining through on the floor? No, okay, that was just graphical glitching. Yeah, okay, so just put the sloped roofs down first, and then just line up the rear roofs first, and then you should be good. And there we go. We have the interior of this, well, the frame anyways, all built up. So I guess this would be a good time to also put all these in. Let's see, do I need to, no, I don't even need to put those in. I think I just broke something too. Alright. I'm pretty sure. Yep, I'm almost positive I just broke those. Did I? Yes, I did. Alright. So, so I had this problem as well. And I mean, you could just leave it, but it kind of looks out of place to me. So I'm going to try with the corner pieces again. I've found that you could somehow still put them on there and have the railing, so let's do that. Okay, so I don't know how this is going to work. Let's try that. Oh, it works, but it's backwards. Which, I mean, it's not like anyone's going to be observing your corners anyway. So, that looks good. Which also, no one's really going to be observing the inner corners as well. But it's more of like a stickler for, kind of like a stickler for detail. And realistically, these don't even need to be here. I just feel that it just makes it, the front of the building look just a tiny bit less bland. You know? We can build in boxes, but that doesn't mean we can't also make the boxes pretty. And then this next one's up to you. You can put wood railing here. That is, once again, entirely up to you. And once again, I just think that it personally looks nice. Alright, and the last part for the main building for the roof. This also is optional, but this is what I put in with the initial build. I put these in, which you probably shouldn't need foundation support for these. You probably need foundation support for here. But I just put pillars underneath there to also make it look like it was standing up. So my initial thought for this was that it was going to be somewhat of a helipad, right? Kind of like a landing for any flying creatures. So when you're coming in and you're flying around, you can just kind of boop, land right on there. And hey, look, it fits a wyvern. Also, if you're wondering why it is I have a wyvern on the island, it's an ice wyvern mod for the island. You can check it out. I think I made another video on that. At this point, just to make life easier, you can throw in all the ramps if you so desire. We're going to be working on this area next, which is kind of like the little stable area. And if you'd like, as I initially said, you can have the pillars pop right up. And there you go. It'll make it look like the game is, or like your building is actually holding up the pillar, or holding up that roof. Which, that's one of those things where, if you like it, it's great. If you don't, you really don't need to add it because you have the foundation support anyway. But I just think it adds a little bit of quote-unquote realism. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come on over here. And this is why we added these fence foundations, because normally you wouldn't be able to snap to these points right here, as you can see. So we're going to go, boom, oh, come on. Why is it all of a sudden you don't want to work? That's kind of odd. Let's do that, and then see. Okay. And unfortunately that did the whole foundation trick where you put two together and then it slowly puts down the pillars. we're not building anything else on top of this, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but that's just kind of an odd glitch. I didn't have that problem at all over with that one. I literally just boop, plopped it down. But either way, that's what we're pretty much doing right there. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put pillars right there, which I think we actually want the lower of the two snap points there. So there is that. And then can I get the second one? No, it seems I cannot. I guess we'll do that. I mean, we're not even, are we? Does it look even to you? Yes, it looks even. Okay. So we're doing that, and then we're going to pretty much just stagger them like so, like a so here. And then we're going to go over to the right, go over to the left, go over to the up, go over to the down, move. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then we're going to go boom, boom, boom. And then we're probably just going to put the ceiling right on there. But before that, what we need to do is we need to go like this. We gotta go right out to the corner, and then we're actually going to put them right there. Which, can I go like that? No. Okay, I cannot. We'll see you in the daytime. Alright, and as a small aside, while I was going back to grab some more resources, I figured you probably shouldn't put a fence foundation, or a wooden railing there, but you can put them there if you so desire. I'm gonna hop up on here so that we can actually get this. And then you just gotta actually make sure it does get on that fence foundation that you put up there. And since you're also using the fence foundation as the snap point, it's really, really, it's also making the railing farther back, which I guess looks just slightly different. And slightly different is all that you need some of the time. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Anyways, these railings, it's going to be 1 high, then 2 high, and then we're going to have to actually put the ceiling on next in order to get the third at the 3 high, because the third at the 3 high is actually snapped to on a on fence foundations. So we're going to do that. Going to do that. Going to do that. And then we're pretty much just going to go all all the way around. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so now at this point, we're going to be, we got a, what is it, 3x5, so 15 more thatch roofs. And then we're going to be putting fence foundations on the top of each one of these, if they want to snap for me. If they don't, then that is fine, I suppose. Although I'd really prefer it if they wanted to get on here. Maybe we'll go to the back first. We may be able to actually do it underneath. And initially, I didn't have these foundations in the back, but I figured, you know what, that actually kind of looks good. So why not do that? Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll see. Can I? Where did the rest of these go? Okay, let me try this. No, we want the fence foundation to be popping up. It really doesn't want to snap, does it? Well, for whatever reason, I couldn't get it to snap. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but I was kind of really hoping I could get them to snap down on there. I think it might actually be with the direction that we're facing. Which the only thing it really does is it just makes it look a little bit better, but for whatever reason, they do not want to snap to the front. They'll snap to the sides, no problem, which is weird because when I was doing it over there, they were snapping to the front but wouldn't snap to the sides for anything. So I think it actually might be the direction that the thing is facing. which that would normally come out to here, which I don't know if that's really much of a problem. We can just go like that. And no, that's not really obstructive at all. Oh, look at that. That looks fine. Yeah, okay. So there is the house frame, and then there is the garage or stable, if you want to call it. Yeah, stable, since we have animals, not vehicles. Alright, so next thing what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, and we're going to put thatch ceilings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to do 7. So we'll have that, and that's going to be a little bit of a loft, because when I think bungalow, or I think shack, or I think you know, seaside like surfer shack or fishing shack or something, the first thing that pops up to my mind for whatever reason is having like a small little loft. It seems we have a little visitor come to watch us in our building. A little visitor? We don't need you here. I'm sorry. Okay, and with our loft, we're going to put ourselves a little rope ladder so that we can hop up and down. And then, I don't know, it feels like it fits for some reason. We'll eventually put a bed right here. And then you could put either some storage here, or maybe like a mortar and pestle or something. Whatever you decide. I figure since we're also burning up the rope ladders, we may as well get all these up, which, once again, this is reminiscent of netting, because, like I said, we don't have any sort of netting. We don't have a hammock. We don't have nets. We don't have anything even remotely close to netting, so I guess we'll do that. And once again, it's mainly for decorative purposes, but I feel it, I don't know, I feel it adds like a little something to the build. I really like how that looks. Alright, and then we're going to be putting some walls in here. And if you want them to snap correctly, you want them to be facing out like that. Not only that, it gives the room a bit of a lighter feel to it, so we can have that. And that's the reason why we have that ceiling. So we're going to have, it'll be kind of like a little study or like private work area. We're not going to put a door frame here or any of that. It's because, you know, it's supposed to be like a beach shack, so we don't need lots of doors inside. We don't really need rooms technically, but I figured why not put that there. I think it just adds a little bit instead of just, well, this is a straight box. You can put whatever you want there. You can put your bed down there if you want, tables, chairs, cooking stuff, anything you really want. Okay, so this is where we're going to start building the dock. So what you want to think of when building the dock, obviously a space. I mean, first of all, where do you want to put it? If you put it right here, then you're going to literally walk down to walk back up onto the dock. And that would also, depending on the depth of the water, that would also require either more or less pillars. So I think I kind of want to build it right here. Right. Well, then if we build it right there, the critters that will come out of the stable would run straight into the dock. So that's kind of a no-go. I think we'll build it here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So you start with 2 wooden foundations. Doesn't really matter what, or where, or who, or why. And then we're going to be doing ceilings. Going to be doing ceilings, which actually, if I can get it on the lower snap point, I want to. And there is no lower snap point. All right, nice. And there is something that you can do. I mean, if you want, you can put foundations there. It does look. It looks a little bit different. The wood kind of snaps more, or kind of adds more seamlessly into that, which that's really up to personal taste. Now we'll go like this, and then we'll go on here, and then of course wooden foundations. No more support, so that's when we need pillars. And then it's every two ceilings, put a pillar, and depending on where the pillar is, you may need to put it there, because the pillars have to touch the ground in order for it to be foundation support. And realistically, this can just go as high or as low as you want. Was that the water? Yeah, okay. That really can just go as high or as low as you want, or as far as you want. I mean, 3 looks fine to me, but you also, by doing that, you also can't really get a raft too far in here. But, fine, we'll go 4. Why not? Let's try it, right? Could end up being good. We actually don't need that. So, let's continue on. And actually, because of the foundation support, we don't even need to worry about the rest of that, as long as we keep those pillars there. Okay, so that one actually does require foundation support, which is fine. But before we continue that, in order to get the pillars over onto the side, as this is, we will need more fence foundation. Yes, fence foundations are a great way for you to do things the game doesn't necessarily want you to do, but usually look really good. Okay, so the first 2 we definitely want by themselves, and then the third one is where we'll put the fence foundation. And we just line this whole thing with fence foundations. Oh, come on. Come on. So what we can do, we can either put it on the side like that. Okay, I think that's what we'll do. We'll put it on the side, that way they are as far off as possible, and there won't be nearly as many or as much of the pillar on the dock. Boop. And then there we go, and then we just repeat on the same side. And building and doing these videos it's definitely something fun, it's definitely something new, it's definitely something challenging. I'm trying it out. We'll see how it goes. If you guys do like it, then let me know and give me some ideas on some stuff, some other stuff to build. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go like this. Right. Alright, so we're going to add another layer or set of foundations, and then we're actually going to go like this. So we're going to start with a stone pillar. Boom. And then we'll put a wood pillar on top. So the stone pillar makes it seems it's more of like a hardened and solid dock, if that makes any sense. So we shall do the same thing. We'll do that. Then that. Is that actually down there? Okay, there we go. Yeah, just make sure that they always touch the ground. Okay, beautiful. And then we're actually going to skip one. We're going to go boop, and we're actually going to skip one. So it's normally 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is where we'd normally put that. Actually, we can, because we have much more dock space. I made this longer than that one over there, so I'm trying to adapt, like, in my mind. Alright. And then we're gonna have to make sure, of course, boom, which means if you want to use most of the material list that I made here, then just stop right here. However, if you'd like to add just a little bit farther, then keep on going. Alright, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to put the last one on the corner, and I actually will stop right there. Oh, alright, well, we lost that, but don't worry too much about it. Alright, and then boop, and boop, and then boop. Alright, beautiful. And then there we go. Yeah, I like how that looks. Okay. And then we shall grab this one. And we shall go boop, boop. And then once again, whenever you're doing this, make sure, I mean, you got to watch out for megalodons. Make sure they don't sneak up on you. Those sharks are surprisingly sneaky for how gigantic they are. And then we're going to go boop, grab that. And then we're going to go right there. Boom. Boom. Oh, oh, oh. Definitely want to grab that. Definitely want to grab your pillars. Okay. There you go. And then we will go like so. Like a so. Like a so. There we go. Boop. Is that one too high? I feel that one's too high. No, that one actually isn't too high. Alright. Like I said, this is all part of the building process. All kind of, you kind of just figure out what you do as you go along. So we're actually going to need more stone pillars. So I'm actually going to have to update with this. Alright, so the next point what you're going to want to do, and this is really dependent on wherever you want the kind of like the roundabout-esque effect. Essentially, we're going to be making somewhat of a hexagon or an octagon. So what we're going to do, it's a nifty little trick. You start off with one foundation, and then you play with the second snap point, and you put it diagonally like that. And then you're going to take one wall. You're going to take, oh, come on, go take one wall. And then you're going to take the second wall and put it there. And then you're going to take a foundation, or a ceiling, I should say. And then you put it there. And then all you gotta do, oh, well, yes, I mean, obviously, yeah, you gotta get that gone, I guess. But no, you have to get, then you just take the two walls down, and you're good to go. If you take those foundations out, however, the ceiling will fall. But we can keep on going with that if we'd like. And then we can kind of do like a weird mix thing, but how you make that is up to you, but I will show you again real quick. So you take your foundation, you take your second foundation, you play with the snap points a little bit, so that no, definitely want them over here. That, okay. And then you put wall, and then ceiling. And it's that simple. It's pretty easy, pretty nifty, and by using this trick, you can make it so that you have not completely boxed in shapes. Does that look good? I don't know if that looks good, but either way, you could do something with that. And then you can also, of course, put your pillars right there. Right like that. Right like that. And then, of course, pillars on the end. Because why not? Of course, if you want to put pillars on the end, then you're going to, once again, need fence foundations. Oh, come on. There you go. Beautiful. And then beautiful. And we'll do that. And we won't put any wood on those. Not only because it's getting somewhat close to that, but because I have none left in my inventory. So there you go. That's pretty much the build. At this point, you can just decorate however you'd like. So you can go from this to this. And of course, once again, decorating is entirely your choice. Decorating is all up to you how it is you choose to do it. I just went with a bit of bare bones because, once again, being a small fishing shack, I didn't really expect I didn't expect whoever owned this shack to really have very many things in it. It's something that you don't spend a lot of time in. But as you can see, I put a few little storage things up, and I put a bed up there. There's a little book nook. You can kind of sit and read and write documents. It's probably where Helena would have written her documents or her dossiers on the different creatures. You can put yourself some little storage. You can put your preserving bin. You can put all this fun stuff in. And there you have it, your very own fishing beach bungalow. So, if you like this video and you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to be putting out some more building videos like this. You can also suggest something that you'd like to see me build, because I don't really have too many ideas on what to do, but I do have ideas if people give me suggestions, if that makes any sense. Also, you're supposed to put ramps down right there. I just realized that. I forgot. And boom, there we go, ramps. And if you'd like, you can also put these over here, just so you don't actually see under this part of the dock. Because, I mean, there's just a bunch of jankiness going on down here. I mean, you really don't need to... No one needs to see all this stuff under here. Yeah, don't put that there. You can put walls there if you'd like. I just feel seeing as it's a dock, it's kind of open. You could put your own little fishing chair like I put up there. Put a little tackle box, all that good stuff. You can kind of just sit out here and watch the sun roll by. Or use it as a docking base, a dock for your... warships to go and raid other people in bases. As this is mainly a thatch and wood structure, obviously this is a PvE build. I don't play PvP really at all. I do not find it enjoyable, so any builds that I do, keep in mind, are going to be only PvE. If I was going to build PvP structures, then they would be almost entirely made out of metal, and that unfortunately limits your ability with what you can build in terms of look. But when you're doing something like this, it looks really nice. I like it, and you could mess with some variations of this a little bit, and you could even make like your own little fishing village. Like I could put 2 of these more huts over here, and then another dock, or I could just build a giant mega dock over here, and I could have my own little fishing village if I was just playing online with my buddies. Once again, this is also a completely vanilla build. The only things that I added that were S+ was in that one. I added wall torches, which automatically came on, which I just did that for convenience sake. But this is completely, this building here is completely all vanilla blocks. So if you'd like to see more of that, and if you'd like to suggest some more builds, I'm always open to suggestions. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.